Alright guys, a quick little video on the first gen Cummins. This is a quick shot of the engine compartment as I got it. We've just repaired a couple things that needed to be addressed, but I'll do a quick little video on how the truck is kind of set up. Pretty much stock. This is how I got it. I haven't done anything really to it, just service it. AC does work. We did charge it. We are running we call it computer cleaner or dust off, which is like similar to R12. It did have R12 originally in it, but it had very little. We just cleaned everything out, put new seals, gaskets, O-rings, charged it back up, checked for leaks. Obviously everything was good, so we've been running that for about 2 years now. It gets down to about 17 degrees with the that computer cleaner stuff. It works pretty good. I do have the original air boot and air cleaner and all that stuff. I just wanted to get a little bit more turbo sound out of the turbo. It seems to be a second gen turbo. It's wastegated at the bottom there, you kind of tell. So the previous owner did that sort of stuff. So it's kind of what the engine compartment looks like. I have a small, slight little leak coming out of the overflow out of the injector pump, but it's just a couple drops that come out when it's been sitting for a while. But other than that, it's pretty clean. The original owner had auxiliary stuff in the back of the truck, so this is the auxiliary battery, and that red thing over there is like an isolator, like a marine grade isolator for the dual battery setup. Does have an exhaust brake, BD. It wasn't working originally, but we got it working, and obviously your EGT gauge. One of the things that I get asked is the suspension. So they basically added leaf springs to it. I was told it was like a 3500 setup. This is a 2500, but they kind of put this shock with the reservoir. This stuff was done late in the 90s, from the documents that I have. That's basically all that's kind of been done to it. So it's a little bit different. So we did clean the frame. It is a California truck. Doesn't have any rust. When I got the truck, the didn't have the badges. Obviously it's not the original molding. And quick shot of the inside. I did do the door. I didn't want to do it, but it was just full of leaves and all kinds of crap. So they put like a vinyl interior. I'm not sure what these seats came out of. I don't know what they are, but they're in here. They had this little tray that was made, I guess, to hold I don't know what. I did add the mat to kind of protect the dash. It didn't have any cracks, but that's it. Everything works. Four-wheel drive works. We serviced everything, and the original owner made this little tray here to keep all his paperwork. Original, got a lot of maps from back in the day, Thomas Guide, and some trails and stuff locally here in the area. Just got a couple little things that we use when we go camping. So everything works. Mirrors, doors. I did take the panels off to service all the internals, lubricate everything, clean everything out. I got these from LMC, these window trims, but they don't really sit on there that good. So I don't know. I have to find something else that might work. They did tow a little bit, so They had like West Coast mirrors on here. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. They also put these in there because the truck came with the camper. Really good shape, and it came with the rack. So the original owner made this rack from scratch, and it goes up there. I guess it was a spare tire mount, and we'll get to the back of it. So truck is real dirty right now. It's been raining a lot, so the truck is straight piped, and we have auxiliary tank. It's a 60-gallon tank, and this is kind of, I don't know how good I'll be able to get in here, but this is the leaf spring stack, and it's kind of what it looks like. I've never owned another first gen, so I don't really know what's stock, what's not. I don't think this is stock, but it's kind of what was done to it. Bed's pretty clean. I just put this piece of wood back here to kind of protect the bed, but it's pretty much straight. No really big damage. And this is the bumper. It was a guy named Richard Engineering back in the day. I guess he would make these bumpers for these trucks and a lot of Jeeps and stuff like that. So it's like has a swing outs, so you would put your auxiliary fuel tanks or water or whatever you wanted, and then in here it's like a storage compartment. We put straps and tools and stuff like that inside here. It is very heavy, and that's how I got it. Tailgate works. Kind of sucks because they drilled these holes because there was a panel back here that had lights, I guess for when they were pulling a trailer or something. But it kind of sucks because they drilled these little holes on a real nice tailgate, but it is what it is. It's how I got it. This is the original plug that it had. I had to upgrade it because we're pulling stuff, so I needed to modernize it a little bit. I added these little classes, little hooks to pull people out locally here. Where I'm at, there's a lot of people that get stuck right behind my house, so we go out there and help them out sometimes. So this is a look from the bottom. They did do a dual disc brake conversion on it. I believe it's a Dana 70. I'm not too sure. It's kind of what it says on the ID, but who knows. And they did do 410 gears. Some old school Bilstein reservoir shocks from back in the day. All this stuff was done basically in the 90s, so late 90s. So you have your main tank and your auxiliary tank there. Doesn't have a spare tire back here because they obviously put it on the rack, and so you can kind of see all the big old spring stack. So a lot of people ask me if this thing has a lift. Well, kinda, yeah, you know, spring lift, I guess. So we'll get around to the other side. Kind of what it looks like. It took me about 2 weeks to kind of clean the frame, scrub any of the little surface rust that was on it. Just kind of spray painted it, cleaned it all up, and like I said, it's a California truck, so it doesn't have any rust or anything like that. Let's see if I can show you. I'm gonna try to show you the. Do I have anything in here? I have my knife. See if I can get this thing opened up here. Kind of show you the fuel tank setup. I guess I won't be able to open it. I think we'll get a wrench. But anyways, the tank setup, it has kind of like a Y in here, so it lets you add fuel to the left tank, your auxiliary tank, or your main tank. So it's kind of pretty neat. how they set it up, so you don't have to go to the other side. Just fill it from here. You could fill up both tanks. You know, they are separate. Let's see. I don't know if you'll be able to see this that good, but it does have a fast. It's one of the early models of the fast pump, and it took me a little while because it wasn't plumbed correctly, but I was able to get both tanks to work, and they work off a toggle switch, so I can switch between the two tanks. Pretty neat. I'll show you the toggle switch. So this is the toggle switch for the tanks. So up is the main tank, and then when you go down, you go to your auxiliary tank, and I guess it has gauges inside the other tank also for your sending unit. So it's pretty cool that they did that. And this is your exhaust brake. So it has an automatic exhaust brakes, but this little toggle switch, if you manually want to operate it, you can. And I wouldn't really say it's super low miles, but 160,000. All the gauges work. I put all LEDs in here, white LEDs, because the green ones are kind of weird. And got an AM FM radio, cassette does work. The truck is in the process of getting swapped to a G56. Right now it has a automatic in it, and that's the overdrive switch there that for some reason they mounted it that way. I have no understanding of why, but it is what it is. I have RPM gauge, oil pressure, trans temp, boost, and the EGT. So everything works. They all light up. Pretty cool. And it's kind of what it looks like. They put like a little LED light up here, a little rinky-dink. Typical first gen stuff. All the moldings are kind of cracked, and they've kind of made some little rinky-dink repairs and stuff, but headliner's good. And that's kind of where we're at. Everything still works. I'm really surprised that I don't have any leaks like with the wind noise. So I'm kind of like surprised, because a lot of these trucks usually get a lot of wind noise, and this one's actually pretty good. I think these are the original weather strips. I did buy some from LMC, and I put them on and they leaked. They were really noisy, so I ended up putting, I think these might be the original ones, so I ended up putting these back in because it was really quiet before. I thought maybe it would, you know, help, but it didn't. So typical first gen stuff here. Cruise control options. This is a 91.5. The cruise control doesn't work. A lot of the components were missing. I got the third pedal for the swap when we do that. Derek Smith in Texas has been helping me get some of these missing little trim pieces and stuff that I'm needing. He was able to give me this ashtray because it wasn't here, and I'll probably end up having to replace this piece, maybe. I don't know. So this is the front. A little view of the front here. Power steering was upgraded, Bergeson, and I guess they have a nice little plate back there, I guess support, and they added all this to it, which is a little bit different than most first gens. I haven't seen one kind of like this set up in this way, but you know, I'll do a front view so you can kind of see the front set up here. And I have this like power assist steering, so it's pretty neat. Neat setup. And I serviced everything, took all the axles out, greased everything, new oil. This was a search and rescue truck here locally. Some of the research that I did, it was used, I guess, for search and rescue locally for a few years, and they retired the truck in 2016, and basically was abandoned since then. It was parked under a pine tree, and it was just covered in tree sap, and man, this thing was in really rough shape when I first got it. I posted a video a while back when I first got the truck, so if you go back to that video, I'll kind of show you kind of what it looked like when I first got it. But some of the stuff that I've purchased was the cruise control stuff, but I haven't been able to get it to work yet. There's some stuff that's missing here, some brackets. I guess when they did the fast pump setup, they chopped up some of the brackets that hold the cruise control throttle cables and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to figure out or buy those brackets, I guess, that have been chopped. So and this little thing right here is the switch for the exhaust brake. So that other piece up there also. So that's kind of it. If you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. All right, guys.